Mark Brill.
Nick Bielli.
Well, Nick and I have played together since high school, which was in 1984, 85-ish. And when we came to the college town of Athens and formed a couple of bands and ended up as a three-piece with a guy named Will Kraft on drums. Through the 90s, he quit, and we had Ballard Leeseman joined on drums. Dave Giroux played for a little while.
Paul Trudeau.
Paul Trudeau. He was a show or two. He was a special guest. I wouldn't consider Paul Trudeau a member.
Not an official drummer, but
No,
long-time
I wouldn't consider
supporter
Paul
of the
Trudeau a
band.
drummer. But around 2008 or so, we found Mark Brill, who used to play with his band Supergroup. He used to play with
2006.
Hayride. 2006?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, because we played my college graduation in 2007 as free ball.
Okay.
Oh, okay, but
he joined
when did I start
Hayride.
playing Hayride?
Yeah. Later
Somewhere
in
there.
2007,
Yeah, one too long
2008.
longer
Yeah.
after that.
Okay,
yeah.
so 2008.
In the teens. Wow, 13 years.
But we found him in 2006. You did.
I found
That's
him,
right,
yeah.
yes.
I tried to keep him secret, but Nick
in
happened to
free
find him.
ball with Alan Owen. Yes.
Yes.
True. So that's Hayride. That's what
In a nutshell,
That's
yeah.
what we do, and that's who we are. Oh, you need a second? Wrong song. You know,
Swan song.
the Dorks. Swine song. There it is. Okay. You got it?
What drives you today to continue the creation of music?
Because it's fun.
Yeah. What else are we going to
It's
do?
so much
If
fun.
it's not
we don't
fun,
play golf.
Yeah. it's bowling. It takes the place of bowling.
Now there's
you
an
know?
idea.
Nixon plays golf.
Yeah. True.
Timely reference. Fucking tricky dick, man.
Yeah, I suppose it's if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. You know, I mean, and this is probably the most fun. So, you know, that's it. Fun, amusement.
That's why everybody starts doing it, and then you forget that's the reason that you started doing it, and that's when it gets tricky and stupid and infuriating.
Yeah, and
But
in some ways, I'm glad it's not my job.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
'Cause it's
because
a
I fucking
relief.
hate my job.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my job. I just fucking hate working. You know, but it's like, what if I had to come home every day from practice and be like, fuck this shit, man. You know,
That's what I'm like before practice.
where am I gonna make $20 more? You know, it's like, you know, do we have to go to Chapel Hill for beer and pizza again? You know, I mean,
Twist
you know,
my arm.
I want to be able to fucking buy guitars and shit, man. That's kind of a job, you know. It's like, it's fun. I'm glad I don't have to rely on it for my livelihood. I mean, I would have preferred a career.
Would have
in
been
it,
wonderful,
but at
sure.
the same time,
Yeah,
but you know,
absolutely.
at the same time, whatever. I'm just glad to be able to do.
Look
a
how
career.
miserable Patterson is.
Yeah. Poor
Dave,
guy.
Dave Schools.
Yep.
Oh, we were in barbecue pants.
Oh yeah.
How did I forget that one?
Just because it was so good.
Yeah. Barbecue pants, the Athens supergroup.
Yeah. Cover band.
You got your very own number, ironically. It's on your very own door. Your cover's around for a reason. Turns your business all obscure. I don't want to deserve promotion, anything anymore. So somebody made the forecast. windows, but all the walls are gray. She's got her own confection, she's browned in her day. The fire said, "Don't touch me, 'cause I don't wanna feel." Can't relate to people, but the air is real.
Three-piece sludge rot.
Yeah, just, you know, there never really are any modifiers for it. You know, it's certainly not.
Well, we might think that we're writing a song that sounds like The Police or something, but it all ends up being distorted and loud and fast. No matter what we do, we can't help ourselves. So,
People ask
Power
me to
trio,
describe
or
it.
power-
Yeah, power trio music.
I
Hey, man,
don't
I'm
even
just a
try
drummer.
anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just,
just
yeah.
play behind these
Like
guys.
I work with people that are half my age, and you know I don't tell a lot.
I work
of them,
with people who are half their age.
Yeah, I don't tell a lot of
Keeps
people
me
what I
young.
do outside of work, so I can have some. So I can.
I tell everyone what I do outside of work, and they still don't come.
But they ask me, so what kind of stuff do you play? And then I know they're waiting for me to name a particular artist or
Both
something.
kinds.
And I just say Loud Fast. You wouldn't like it.
Loud fast rules.
Don't worry, you wouldn't like it.
Like an old squirrel bait.
I had someone I work with asked if Hayride would play. She was getting married, and she was like, "I hear you have a band."
Because that's what bands do.
And you
Yeah.
didn't say
Yeah, do we play Tennessee whiskey? I mean,
I will for money.
okay, good point.
I mean,
but
we
I
have
just-
for money. Ashley Walls, y'all.
Not again. Ashley Walls music.
AshleyWall.com.
But yeah, well, I just knew they were looking for a wedding band, and I could just imagine us showing up.
We played a wedding.
My old band played a wedding too, punk rock wedding. It was beautiful.
What's your favorite amp?
I like Marshall. I like so many amps. It's hard to say, but if you'll pan over there, that Ampeg that's lit up right now. That's one of my favorites, an Ampeg V4. I bought it for $125 in 1985 at Miller's Music on Buford Highway. Miller's Music and Used Cars. And it used to belong to the Atlanta Rhythm section. It has burlap on the front, and it had chicken wire on the back. And it's a great sounding amp. But I like Marshalls.
That sticker's been on there for like 30 years.
That's an original Widespread Panic sticker from the very first Widespread Panic bumper sticker that I had ever seen, and I cut the cow off of it. That sticker is worth more than the amp now. So I'd say that might be my favorite amp. Nick, you play amps?
Yeah, I love my acoustic 370, which I got for $125 at Wizard Electronics on North Druid Hills. I bought it as a backup for. I bought it in October of 1994, actually. I bought it as a backup for a Galen Kruger that I bought from Larry Tenner, and I ended up liking it more. And I still have it. $125, 26 years ago, and it still sounds fantastic. Used it the other night, as a matter of fact.
That's my favorite amp of yours. Yeah.
It's a great amp. And then I've got an SVT Classic that I bought in 1997 that I like a lot, and I love PV bass equipment. I don't care what anybody says.
PV's great.
PV's great for bass. And I mean, the Mike Watt thing was the funniest thing ever. No more PV jokes. He played through PV again. So, yeah, those are my favorite amps.
What about your bass? What's your favorite bass instrument?
My go-to is I've got a Rickenbacker that I love. and I've got when Kevin and I first. Well, Kevin wouldn't play with me until I called him and told him I got a Rickenbacker, and he finally said, "You start a band." But I wasn't cool enough when I had a Hondo, and
I think my mom just wouldn't drive me over there until he got a Rickenbacker.
oh, so your mom's the guitar snob.
That's right. Yeah. Mom, he's poor. He can only afford a Hondo. I'll say this for our guitar taste. We always had good taste in guitars. When we were young in high school, you either had a pointy Eddie Van Halen guitar or you had a Rickenbacker to be like REM if you were in Atlanta high school in the 80s.
True.
And I lucked upon a Gibson SG at Dirt Cheap Music on Roswell Road, $125. It seems to be our price here.
Yeah.
And Nick had the Rickenbacker 4001. 4001?
1973, last year they
And an
did the
SG
Checker
100. So we had the coolest guitars. No one else thought so, but we did. And now everyone's like, man, you guys had really good guitars when you were young.
Yeah, we had really
But it was
cheap
just
guitars.
cheap shit that we were able to get. That I just wanted something that said Gibson on it. It could have been shaped like a balloon. I wouldn't have cared if it said Gibson.
Yeah, I could say that I learned on that Rickenbacker, and I got that Fender right there was my first Fender that I got, and that's I got that in 1994 too, and then I just got another Fender that I like a lot, and I don't know, I go back and forth between Fenders and Rickenbackers. For about 5 years, I played a Robin Freedom bass, which I need to fix the neck on.
It's basically a Fender.
Yeah, the company doesn't exist anymore, and the neck is totally fucked up. But yeah, Fender, Rickenbacker. But I think ultimately, I think Fenders are more versatile, but I think Rickenbackers feel the best, and I think they sound the best. They're the coolest. Made in USA.
And they're still made in USA. The new ones are just as good as the old ones, which is a rare thing for a guitar company.
Have you seen those stupid 5-string things though?
I don't look at that kind of
Man.
stuff. I'm just saying if you want
They're
a
hideous.
4001, you can still buy one that's just as good as an old one.
Yeah,
But it's cooler to have an old one.
yeah,
Checkerboard binding.
yeah. Hey Larry.
Hey Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Here comes our keyboard player.
I'm the fourth member
Yeah.
when I'm not Jeff Matthews.
That's right.
And album cover artist as well.
I'll give you a quick rundown. We got signed. Our point man was Philip Walden, rest his soul, the son of the founder, Phil Walden. He's a wonderful person. We love him through everything that ever happened. But he was indisposed after we got signed. We released our first album, went on tour, and then he kind of disappeared from the scene, and we had no one at the company. So we asked to be released from the contract because it wasn't going anywhere. And luckily we had a shrewd lawyer Jeff, he knew the lowdown. He got us a second album guaranteed. They couldn't drop us or let us go in any way without paying us for the second album.
And he also made them pay off the van.
Yeah, we got the van and we got the advance from the first album and the advance from the second album, non-recoupable. And then we were let go. So we had a lot of money, bought recording equipment, recorded another album. Then Philip came back into the scene. He said, I like that album you recorded at home. I'd like to put it out on Capricorn. And we laughed. And then we signed again.
Yep.
So we got another advance and we did the same thing. Like you have to guarantee a second album, can't drop us. But the company collapsed. They were sold to Universal.
It was a distribution thing, and
Whatever the case
yeah.
was, they were no more. And the only artists that they wanted to keep on there were
311.
311, Widespread Panic, and the Glands.
And what about Freddie Jones?
And Freddie Jones. And so we got another advance, non-recoupable, given to us. So we've made a lot of money out of Capricorn, and we thank them for their contributions to Southern rock. That's the nutshell version of the great rock and roll swindle that we pulled off twice.
It took 6 years for it to
Now it can be
unfold,
told.
but yeah.
We made Atlanta money.
Yeah. Nice.
No one ever heard of us, but
It's cool. It's cool because we've got.
we can walk down the street without being hassled.
Yeah. But we in Macon.
Right.
But it's cool because we insisted that the record be released on vinyl, and
And
so
thank God we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can get them for like $1.99 on eBay, plus shipping. I'll give you my email
That's where
address.
that's where they get you is the shipping.
Larry did the art for it, as a matter of fact, right? Our one Capricorn release.
And played keyboards on it.
It's true. But yeah, it was a pretty funny experience, and I think probably the part of the reason we kind of failed commercially, other than no one liking our music, was that, you know, we couldn't find and didn't really look. We were stubborn enough to be like, no, let's just do it this way, because, you know, we had seen.
We were a little stupidly stubborn.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I mean, they wanted us to go on tour opening for 311, and we should have done it, but we were too purist and no, we want to play with Sebadoh.
But would it have done us any good? You know, who knows? But you know,
Probably get some skateboards.
Yeah, maybe. You know,
It would have been
we
horrible.
We would have tattoos.
They had
by
really
now.
good pot.
Yeah. But
We are a tattoo-free band.
That's right.
And we were all Catholic.
Yeah,
and
but
so-
their entire audience would have just been pelting you with fucking hacky sacks and shit the whole time. No one would
Jester
have wanted to
hats.
hear. Yeah, exactly. No one would have wanted to hear you guys. Yeah. Next to 311.
And so we were wary.
Yeah, we were
and
totally
stuff like
paranoid.
that.
We were really worried about signing with Capricorn, but Philip was such a great guy that we did it, and
And Panic was on there, and they're friends of yours. You know.
mine.
Yeah. Well, I only know Dave. I don't know any other people.
Don't you know Sonny?
No,
You should know Sonny.
I don't know.
They just think he's a cop.
It's okay.
It was the second thing we thought of. After Belt Buckle.
Yeah. Really reaching that day.
Obviously it's worked.
We were in the desert on acid, and
I know!
Zing.
Yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, I don't think the motivation has changed much since high school. You know, it's just we're doing this more than anything to amuse ourselves, and it's not about like learning a process or a craft. It's just that we're more into doing it. I think, I know that's my perspective anyway. The doing is the fun part, and this is writing songs is an excuse to play. You know, and we just play things that are fun to play. We're not too into being, you know, like, I don't think we're too into being like canonical songwriting types, you know. I think we just like to play.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. True. But yeah, I mean, that's at least my perspective on it.
What's the biggest challenge y'all have weathered?
Well, we were in Capricorn
Complete
twice.
indifference.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
I think being on Capricorn was our greatest. That was the great rock and roll swindle.
Yeah,
two
but
times
but
over,
but
so-
having the idea that you were gonna actually break out of
yeah,
the doldrums, was right there a couple of different
That's
times.
true.
and,
Just dangling right in front of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's doing it is its own reward. So we never stop doing it.
And I wish
People always often say, people who knew us in the 90s or before, they're like, you're still doing it? And we've never broken up. We never will break up because it's just fun to do. It's just what we do. Whether anyone's listening or not, it's doing it is fun.
still there.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
Right?
Right here. Same place you left us.
To euphoric recall, never fearful what I reach for. Take the tape and play it through. Guess it will become of you. Saw it coming right on course. Made it easy and never forced. If you think you want it, why? You're the one who's never evil. You're the one who's never
Have y'all ever toured?
Oh
Yeah,
Not lately.
been a while.
When was the last time you guys toured? I was always wondering.
25 years ago.
We sold our
Really though.
around when we lost a drummer and lost our record contract, and Nick got married, Jimmy quit.
Should have known.
We sold our van to the drive-by truckers, who put many more miles on it than we did, and
Transmission dropped out 1 month after we sold it to them.
well,
Nice.
Sorry.
after.
As is, buddy.
After, as far as they know. Yeah. But they kept on going. But and then Nick and I have both played in other bands. I've done a lot more touring with other bands than I ever did with Hayride. So after the '90s, we've never been a touring band. We've just been a dad band doing it for ourselves.
Yeah, we sold the van in 2001, and we did a couple trips when Ballard was our drummer. Like we went to South Carolina, went to Chicago.
Yeah, more road trips than tours. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
It hasn't been a touring project in years.
Yeah.
But right at that time, I joined the Sunshine Fix and toured with them a lot. And you went overseas with Japan Cakes.
True.
And you've been in so many different bands. We've all done different things. And Hayride's just a place to come home to.
But we're not ruling out a future tour.
No, if you'll buy us a van.
I have a minivan.
Yeah. If we only knew a motorcycle guy. Get a few
I have a
motorcycles.
Nissan Road. We could convoy up to
Everything's so
Chicago.
small now. You can do it on a motorcycle.
That's
you can
true.
play through your iPhone.
Or we can take pods.
Someone will
and
get me a phone.
Take pods and
Yeah.
tour in a Civic,
Civic.
like Senator style.
How has it changed over the years?
Oh, we got a better drummer.
That's right. True.
That's not true, but he did get a.
I was talking about Ballard.
Oh, yeah. But I'm.
Yeah.
But now we have Mark, and he does what we say. So.
We have the right drummer.
I'm
He can only count in multiples of 4, which is helpful.
I'm easily
That's
led.
all we do.
I don't have the wherewithal to argue about this sort of stuff, so.
Typical left-handed answer.
Children of the 80s, this is your Woodstock.
Talking about our
I was
dads.
scared of my dad.
Hayride.
We liked one influence I remember is Fire Hose. It was like just a name that doesn't, although they're a little more clever because it's a misnomer or a malapropism. What do you call it when it doesn't spray fire?
That's
Yeah,
right.
What do you call that? Whatever it is. But you know, just simple. You know,
Oxycontin.
Hayride. Yeah, it's an Oxycontin.
Revolution.